What is up, car addicts? Welcome back to my top 10 series, and this one we're going to be discussing the top 10 cars no one asked for in recent GT Online updates. And obviously the title of this video is not meant to be taken literally, as there's always going to be someone or a very small group of people who really wanted one of these cars. And to clarify, this will not include aircraft, watercraft, motorcycles, etc. Again, it's only normal DLC cars. And some of these are pretty good cars. I'm not saying they're bad cars. It's just that they weren't really highly requested community cars, just very random, lesser known cars that Rockstar has been adding lately. But anyways, starting off with number 10, we have the Bravado Greenwood. So this vehicle released with the Criminal Enterprises update in mid-2022 with a normal price of just under 1.5 million. This car is primarily based on the 1977 Dodge Monaco, and I don't really know a single person that was asking for this car before this DLC released. Again, I'm not saying it's not a good car, I'm just saying it's a very random addition, and there's a lot of other cars they could have added instead of this. Anyways, continuing to number 9, we have the Tulip M100. This vehicle released with the Drug Wars update last year with a price of about 1.6 million. This car is primarily based on the 4th gen Chevy Malibu Coupe, and while it's a pretty cool car to do a drag racing build with, I just don't see why they added this car instead of the Fox body Mustang that the community has been wanting for years. Not once did I ever hear anybody say that they wanted an old Chevy Malibu GT Online. I never saw it in any form or anything, just a very random addition as well. Moving on to number 8, we have the Hot Ring Everon. So this vehicle released with the Drug Wars DLC drip feed earlier this year with a hefty price of just under $1.8 million. It's primarily based on the Toyota Tundra TRD Pro NASCAR truck, and while it's cool, it just baffles me why they added this instead of adding a normal Tundra TRD Pro for the off-roads class. That could have had a lot of customization potential. It's just, I don't understand why they add these weird variants of normal vehicles, but they don't give us the original traditional variant first. And if they're gonna add a NASCAR truck, I don't understand why they didn't just give us a traditional Chevy or Ford truck instead of the Toyota. Kind of random. Plus, not to mention, Rockstar put slow handling flags on this one, pretty much copied over from the Hot Ring Saber. Just overall, not a really good choice of a DLC vehicle, at least in my opinion. Next up, on to number 7, we have the Pinot La Cruz, which was recently added a couple months ago with the Mercenaries update with a price of just under 2 million. Now, back in June when I saw the drip feed car leaks for this DLC, I got really excited when I saw this car model in the files because I always hoped they would add in a Renault R5 turbo based car, but instead we got the EV concept variant of this car instead, which honestly I was pretty upset about. Now, I'm not fully against electric cars, but I think most people would agree they should have given us the traditional R5 turbo first, or at least at the same time, and then the crazy wide-body EV, whatever they want to make out of it, a rocket car, I don't care, but only giving us the option of the EV variant is just kind of annoying. Continuing to number 6, we have the Vapid Ratel. So this one was recently added with the Mercenaries update for a price of just under 1.9 million. This one is primarily based on the Brenthel Class 1 buggy, and while it's a cool off-roader, I didn't feel we needed any other off-roads like this to be added, and that's pretty much what Rockstar did. They gave us a reskin of the trophy truck / desert raid with some changes here and there, plus decent visual customization options. Again, it's a cool vehicle, I just don't see why they added this off-roader over a Ram TRX, for example, or an updated Jeep Wrangler. You know, things the community was actually hoping to see from Rockstar. Anyways, moving on to number 5, we have the Click Wagon. So this one was recently added with the Mercenaries update for a price of about 1.2 million. It's based on the Ford Country Squire, and I think it's the most random addition from the entire DLC. I never saw a single person saying that they hope we get a Country Squire in the next update. No. Again, it's a cool vehicle with some pretty decent customization, as with most of these on this list, but again, it doesn't seem like something they got from their community feedback suggestions page. It's more like a choice they picked out randomly. Next up, on to number 4, we have the Hot Ring Hellfire. So this one was just added last week for a price of about 1.8 million. It's primarily based on the Challenger SRT TA2 race car. And honestly, I don't think anybody could have expected or predicted this from Rockstar to add into the game. And I think that kind of speaks for itself. I thought after the Hot Ring Everon, we weren't going to see any more Hot Ring cars, but apparently Rockstar thinks we need more with this very random addition. Now, after discussing this car with some friends, I do think it's possible Rockstar might give us a Hot Ring Vigero and Hot Ring Dominator of an next DLC, which I guess would be sort of cool as the top 3 big muscle cars. But I mean, no one really plays those Hot Ring modes anymore, and most players prefer traditional cars over these race car variants that get kind of forgotten about. Continuing to number 3, we have the Weevil Custom. So this is the Benny's upgrade that turns the Weevil into a rat rod and was added with the Criminal Enterprises update last year with a conversion cost of just under $1 million, so not cheap. Now the original Weevil had very good customization and was a very popular vehicle, and honestly it was pretty unnecessary for Rockstar to give us a custom rat rod variant and then subsequently make it the fastest non-HSW car in the game. Faster than the Pariah, faster than any supercar in the game, again without HSW. It's just most of the decisions Rockstar make lately just don't make any sense for both new car decisions and performance as well. Just very, very random. Moving on to number 2, we have the Brioso 300 wide body. So this is the Benny's upgrade that turns the Brioso into a wide body race car and was added with the Criminal Enterprises update last year with a conversion cost of just under $600,000. And again, just like the Weevil, this car already had great customization in its regular form. There was just no reason to add a Benny's wide body upgrade to this car. Literally nobody asked for this. Plus, it's very slow and has terrible handling on top of everything, just not a nice car to drive. Now, it does look cool with certain mods and stuff here and there, but again, there's just a lot of other cars they could have given a Benny's option to instead of this. And lastly, on to number 1, we have the Sentinel Classic wide body. So, this is the Benny's upgrade that gives the Sentinel Classic a wide body kit similar to the Pandem wide body, and it was added with the Criminal Enterprises update last year with a conversion cost of $700,000. And again, just like the Weevil and the Brioso 300, these 3 wide body variants were not what people wanted in a future DLC. The community really wanted a Buffalo STX wide body, for example, not this. Newer lowriders, etc. I mean, the Sentinel to me is the most unnecessary one of the bunch. The regular Sentinel Classic has really good customization, and it basically already has a subtle wide body in its stock form. There was just no reason to add this in the game, and I don't think anyone expected or even wanted this in the game. Now again, like I've said for all of these, it is a cool car, I'm not gonna lie, but it's just so random, no one really wanted this. But anyways guys, there you have it. Those are the top 10 cars no one asked for in recent GTA Online updates in my personal opinion. And again, I'm not saying any of these cars are bad per se. I'm just saying that there's a ton of other highly requested community vehicles players have been wanting for years, and instead, Rockstar has been adding these very random vehicles that no one has really been asking for. But again guys, definitely let me know down below in the comments what cars you think were also random additions in GTA Online that nobody really asked for, plus what other top 10 videos you guys want to see me do next. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one.